afternoon, friends. Say hello on this Saturday. Going to search for my friend Chris so we can do this live and you guys can get some great information. Come on to do anything with computers. There she is. I'm
Hello.
like, it's like always crossing my fingers. Like, is it gonna work? You're like, and it does. So look at your brilliant pink you're wearing. Oh my goodness, you look gorgeous.
You know what? I think this is one of my colors. I wore a dress like this and I got so many compliments. And I was like, I'm going to stick with that color. So the fact that you said that.
Yes, that's confirmation. Yes, it is one of
Yes.
your colors. When I did that, that's not what we're going to talk about today, friends, not colors. But when I did my colors, it was a game changer in just feeling more confident and just being able to pull something out of my closet, right? And just not have to worry about it. It was a game changer.
I,
Kind of like what we're going to talk about today, but not exactly. But it is about confidence too, right? So, yes. Okay.
yes.
I'm so excited you are here. We chatted, gosh, I think it's been maybe 7 weeks ago was the last time that we did a live here. And so I thought it was time to come back in. I love people are saying hello. We've got somebody from Wales. Awesome. I love it. It's
I
so
just saw
fun to
Ireland
see
too. Yeah.
all over the world. I love it. But we're going to talk about midlife and fat loss and muscle gain. And if you're kind of like, Susan, what are you talking about? Because I am midlife and I'm struggling, then pull up a chair and just take a listen because we're going to chat about a few things. And then I think you're going to be encouraged and then you're going to have an opportunity, I think, to participate in a program with my friend Chris that for me has been a game changer. But let's kick this off because I think it's important to define who is midlife because some people would say that they're not midlife and they probably are. So who do you say falls into that window of midlife?
I consider midlife 40s, 50s, and 60s. And that's who I speak to because around the age of 35 is when our hormones start to decline. And I call that it's perimenopause, the beginning of it. And it's kind of like reverse puberty. So puberty is when your hormones are inclining and perimenopause is when they're declining, but they're declining at like a crazy rate. Like they're all over the place. And so along with that comes a lot of symptoms. And then in menopause is when those hormones, estrogen and progesterone, flat out and they just flatten out. And so even if you are on hormone replacement therapy, we don't really have the robust amounts we had when we were younger. And these hormones are so protective. Like I think women don't realize that we have estrogen receptors all over our bodies, all over our bodies, in our ears, in our skin.
Oh,
Everything
wow.
becomes dry, like changes could happen that we don't realize. We think hot flashes, night sweats, but you can have ear infections, you can have UTIs, you can have frozen
Oh,
shoulder, you can
good.
have all of these things that are affected by estrogen. Along with those things, estrogen helps us grow muscle. It helps us get the protein into our cells. And so with this decline, we have to do things a little smarter in this stage of life to just maintain the muscle we have. And then of course, ideally, I love for you to grow your
Right.
muscle. And I think that's what you are doing. And this is one of the reasons why, you know, we tend to gain weight as we age. There's so many factors, but one of the reasons is because we lose this muscle mass. A muscle is very metabolically healthy. We tend to burn more calories at rest by having more muscle. You're able to utilize carbs a little better. And so that's why we find ourselves at this place where we're losing muscle, we're gaining weight. The weight gain may make us a little bit more sluggish. We're moving less. We're stressed more. We're more stress reactive. So if you notice, things seem to affect you more now than they did when you were 20s or 30s,
That's
right?
so true.
And
Right.
so we're just like less resilient. And these hormones are protective. But the good news is it's not all doom and gloom. Like
Right.
we can have the right strategies to help us feel our best and keep that metabolism revved up so that we don't, gain the weight, especially that visceral fat that's very dangerous. So this is not just about looking good, although
Mhm.
that's a nice,
That helps. It's a
yeah,
perk, right?
yeah. I mean,
That's a
everyone wants to
confidence
feel.
thing right there.
I know, yeah, like we want to continue to be confident. We have so much life to live in our second half. I mean, you and I, we are both, in our 50s, and I would say our businesses are, it's like an all-time high
Yeah.
for me. And so just to have these goals in life that we want to just continue to have an influence on women, positive influence, have the energy to do it, the stamina, like it all
It
matters. It all
does,
matters.
right? Yeah. And you know what? Forgive me because people are probably like, who is this gal? And she's sitting here talking things that make sense. But
Yeah.
so you need to share a little bit of your credentials because you're not just some average Joe on here just spitting out some stuff. So share a little bit of who you are and what makes you a smarty in this space because you are a smarty.
Well, I do have a lot of training. I've been a holistic health coach since 2013, so over 10 years. Been teaching group fitness since 1997, right when
Yeah.
step classes were it. Do you guys know who else
I
took step? Give me, drop the
totally did. And I
cards.
did when I was pregnant with my daughter who's 32. I was still doing step when I was pregnant with her.
Right. And so I started out teaching step classes. I taught everything that came out, boot camps, like Pilates, yoga, all the things. And right now I'm just settling into a HIIT cycle class. But my main training is holistic health coach. Then I turned into a functional health coach because I realized, wow, the body is a lot more complicated than just moving your body and eating healthy. Like I learned all about the body systems. And then my previous life, I was an engineer. So I'm a person who is curious. I want to know why I'm doing something. And then when I hit late perimenopause, I wanted to know why my body was not working the same as it did before. And so I dove into all the certifications about the midlife metabolism, menopause, everything I could find. About 5 years ago, life just hit me and I started gaining weight. I was eating healthy, I was exercising, I was feeling fatigued. My workouts seemed to like not give me the high that it used to. It
Right.
started to really deplete me, the workouts. And I hated to admit it because I thought, oh, is this just getting old?
I
Is
know.
this just like, I can't handle this anymore? But when I dove into studying like really what works with our new biology, now that we have these low hormones, I started to implement the strategies that you now are doing,
Yep.
Susan.
Yep.
And I want to hear about your results.
Yeah.
But I started to just start to implement some of these strategies, and some of them were increasing your protein. So really not just increasing, but tracking how much I needed to really several things: maintain the muscle I have, grow the muscle that I was working so hard for at the gym, and also to balance my blood sugar. Like, and that's like a term out there, but really when you have balanced blood sugar, you're going to feel more energy. You're going to feel that afternoon slump. You're not going to
Right.
get that. Sugar cravings are going to go away. I used to think I like had was like born with a sweet tooth, and then once I learned how to really like plate my meals and how to like really get enough nutrition on my plate, like cravings went away, energy went up. Like literally, I don't have the energy as my 20s. I'm just going to admit that. Like
Right. Right. Yeah.
nobody's going to do that, but I do feel a lot more energy now that I changed my strategy than I did even 5 years ago.
Yes.
And so I think every 5 years, especially over 45, is a big shift in how you feel and how strong you can get and things like that. So
Yeah.
I love that you reached out to me and you signed up for my
Yes.
program. So I love to hear, like, okay, so let me just go back. So I changed up my strategies. My weight gain stopped. I gained muscle, and now I'm lifting. I'm stronger than ever. And I've been teaching group fitness since 1997. So I wanted to share this with the world. Susan, this was what the first time you did it was, I felt like
Yeah. The
a,
first time was actually almost. I mean, if we're thinking, I think almost 5 years ago, and that was when our family was traveling the country in an Airstream. And so I did was really tracking my food because I didn't really have access to weights and stuff on the road anyway. And so when I really stuck to it for 6 weeks, I was amazed at the results that I had with just tracking my food, which was upping that protein, right? The carb cycling. And before people are like, blah, that sounds too complicated. Oh my gosh, it's so easy because everything is on an app, and it's literally it is eye-opening and so easy. But it was amazing to me that over a course of 6 weeks that I could truly, and it didn't even take 6 weeks. It was just within a few weeks, like you said, I lost the sugar cravings. I started feeling so good because when you really have to focus on what you're feeding your
Yeah.
body, then you start to feel better because you are giving your body the things that it really needs, right? In order to have more energy and sleep better at night, all of these things. So I did that, right? And then was all, in a good place, and kind of, held on to that for a little bit. And then, right, slowly over time, it took me a few years, I fell out of some of those habits that were so good that I had developed. And so it was, I think almost a year ago, I did my first 6 weeks. Or I said, I think it was then. I'm trying to think. No, I think I did 2 weeks and then I fell off the wagon, but I had great results in the 2 weeks. And so finally, at the beginning of this year, I was like, you know what? It's time for me to be really devoted because I want to look frigging amazing at 60, like you. Like, I want that for me. And so I will say, when I joined the program, I think it was the beginning of February. Program was the first 6 weeks. And I'll just say, right, it wasn't my first rodeo. I already do a lot of the pieces of this program. So I already walked 10,000 steps a day, right? I wasn't doing the weights, which I knew was so pivotal for me, almost 58. Like, this is going to be the key for me to have longevity
Mhm.
and also to be able to get up and down off of the floor with my grandkids and all of those things, right? I knew I needed to do that. And I needed some hand holding because I'm not the gym rat. I like, that is not appealing to
Yeah.
me.
So you
But
tell me more about the workout. So let me just stop you for
yeah,
a second because walking is wonderful.
yes.
I love walking, but it's not enough. Like,
Mm-mm.
we're becoming frail and weak and injured and hip fractures. I mean, all the things. And so what I like about these workouts is you hit play and
Yes.
it's a no-brainer.
I know. I don't
We
want
make
to think about it.
we
Just
make
tell me
so
what to
many
do.
decisions. How many decisions do we make in a day? There's no decision made. And even when you don't feel like it, you press play,
Yep.
the video comes on, and you are in it, and it's 30 minutes in and out, and you can do these from your home. So
Yes.
tell us about, like, where do you do your workouts? Because
Yes.
do you have a workout? Do you have a workout room? Because I
Well,
don't.
we do have something that's set up a little bit more like professional,
Mhm.
but it's too cold. It's not a heated space necessarily for me. So I just do them in my bedroom. And so it's been great. And I just have some dumbbells that we have in our family. And so it's amazing. But you don't even need dumbbells if that's not something that you have, because there's, alternatives to using bands or some other things. So I love that there's versatility.
Yeah.
But the whole concept of just going to the app, and this is what
Mm.
the workout is today, and you just click that play.
Oh my
Like you said,
gosh.
I don't need any more to think about or plan out or whatever. So it is so nice to be able to do that in the app. And it's been fun to see me get stronger. And I'll
Mm.
tell you this, I don't think I told you this. Um, so I can't even remember the last time I actually did a push up from my feet.
Oh.
I was doing push ups from my knees. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're a woman, you just do push ups from your knees. I can do 10 push-ups from my toes with ease. I showed my husband like 5 days ago. I'm like, look at this, look at this. I was
Yeah.
so excited because that shows that not only is my upper body getting stronger, but that takes all of,
Yeah.
the body. And though, so that was just a measuring thing for me that I was really excited
I
about. So,
I
but
love that. Okay, so some people are asking about the program. Do you have your is set up for them to
yes,
reply
yeah, if
to
they
that
want to
info?
comment midlife, they will get the information. And I just updated in that with my picture. So I did 6 weeks, took my photo and took my measurement. And I was saying that, I do a lot of these pieces already. So it wasn't like was going to have some dramatic result like, oh, I lost 12 pounds or, whatever. I would say I'm in fairly good
Yeah, you
shape, but there's
are.
always
Yeah.
room for improvement. So in that 6 weeks, I lost 3.25 inches, and you can totally see it in my photos where it's just in that waist and upper hip area where we want to carry that weight, right?
Yeah.
As, either in menopause or post menopausal women do. But I was surprised that I lost 4 pounds. I was not expecting to lose any pounds because I was building
Yeah.
muscle. And so that really surprised me. So, yeah, so I was really happy with those results. And then I will admit, the last couple weeks I kind of fell off the
Yeah.
wagon because we were modeling in our house. I wasn't doing the workouts. I was still doing my walking, but I was a little discouraged at myself. But you know what? That's okay. I'm starting again. I started again a couple days ago, and I'm excited because you have a new round that's starting on Monday. And if
Yes.
people want to jump in, I have a private little Instagram chat that I am checking in and sharing kind of ideas of what I'm eating and such. But yeah, so people can comment midlife and get the information for that. But I would just say, gosh, do not stay stuck. I think that is the thing that we can often feel like we have to just deal with what's been dealt with us. And I'm sure that you have like a great thing to say to that, because
Oh my
we
gosh.
don't. You get to choose how you're
Yes.
showing up. You get to choose, right, what the later part of your life is going to look like. And we have a lot of control over that. And so when you feel empowered and have a community of people
Oh my
around
gosh.
you,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, if I'm struggling, I can pop in, to the group and be like, hey, I'm struggling, or I need a suggestion, or I need to get a little more protein and I'm not sure what to do. There's nothing better than having community in order to, surround you, and you're all working towards the same goal. That's the
Yes.
beauty.
Yes, and I love it. All the ladies are going to be in their 40s, 50s, 60s, so it's a tight-knit group. We're all going through same kind of season of life. And you're right, like there's no need to be stuck. If you feel like you've been trying all the things, here's what I'm saying. You got to eat anyway, right? So why not figure out what you can eat to make you feel great, to get lean if that's your choice, to help maintain and grow the muscle that you are working so hard in the gym, if you're working hard in the gym. And why not just do that to get closer to your goals, feel better? Once you feel better, it's like an upward spiral. Everything gets in alignment. And so we have so much more life to live. And so I feel like if you stay where you are, it's not going to get better. We're not getting younger.
No,
Unfortunately, we are
no.
not getting younger. And if you could start now, your body in 42 days, at 6 weeks, is going to feel so much better. And like heading into summer and spring, everything's a
Mhm.
little lighter. The fresh vegetables are coming in season. Like it's
Right.
such a great time to just start to spring clean your body
Yes.
and
Right. That's a
feel
great way
great
to
with
think
it.
about it. Sprinkling. And I will say that when I was surprised that my clothes just started feeling looser, even with that 3.25 inches. And it was from different areas of my body, right? But so much of that just impacts my mood. I was
Gosh.
watching something on Instagram, right? And it was like, if my house is clean and my clothes are loose, I am in a good mood, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, that's kind of true, because if I have clothes on that are tight, it just shapes my whole day. And so I'm like, no, I don't want to live like that anymore. I want to be in a space. But one of the things I wanted to say about the workouts too is that, you guys, you're not having to spend an hour doing a workout. It's 30 minutes. You are in, you get it done, and you're done. Like that. I don't want to spend that much time on a workout. I want to be effective. And for me, that is so good that I can carve out that 30 minutes for myself, and, do that. So I will say, yeah. And I don't have to give up my favorite foods. I have to be careful, right? When
Yeah.
I have those,
Yeah.
but it's not restrictive. You do not feel deprived at any rate. I think I eat more
Mhm.
when I'm tracking my food
Yeah.
because I'm having to eat things that are more nutritious. They are better for me.
I really think that a lot of women who already eat healthy are, if they're not being intentional, probably not eating enough and
Mm,
not eating enough protein. Like, for example, I have to have a lot of women who are like, I eat 2 eggs for breakfast and that's my high protein breakfast. Well, 2 eggs
mhm,
have 12 grams of protein, and that is really not enough. We need at least 30 grams and probably more. And so that's where, I come in as your coach to kind of help give you a customized plan based on your unique body. I'll be coaching you all along the way. We have the community. I'll be texting you every week. So you have,
mhm.
unless you live in out of the country,
Yeah.
I'll be emailing you. But this is an opportunity to invest in yourself. I think a lot of times we invest in so many other things for our kids and our
Yep.
husband, but nothing for ourselves. And it's okay to take care of you, because when you take care of you, everyone benefits. Like, the ladies in the group are like, I'm in such a better mood. My husband's at like saying, here,
Like
keep going,
what
because
in the world
yeah.
happened to you, right?
And we don't realize how much food is affecting our mood. I couldn't get that out. It's affecting our mood. Even all that proteins are made of amino acids
Yeah.
that help these happy chemicals get into our brain. And it's just amazing. Blood sugar, when that dips, you get that hangry feeling. Your
Yeah.
energy is going to be even. I don't know. I would pay for energy in a second. If someone said, here's more energy, I'm paying for it, because it affects everything in my life. So tell me, just real quick, if someone is on the fence, what would you say to them about getting starting?
I would say, where do you want to be in those 42 days? Do you want to look back and think, oh, I can just do something on my own? Well, how's that worked for you? Because that was me too. Like, oh no, I don't want to invest in myself, right? And so I would figure it out on my own. But the problem with that is that you cannot do this on just motivation. I can have motivation for a certain amount of time, but we're going to have this, right? And so unless you have somebody else there to help you pull up your bootstraps on a day where you want to just go and eat the bag of cookies and like, oh no, I don't want to do that, right? If you don't have a community to help you, I think that most people are destined to fail. And this is truly the easy button. And, I mean, that's just a concept I share here in my online space. Like, we do not have to be perfect, but we want progress, right? And this is a way that you can make progress. And having the workouts already done for you, okay? That's not an excuse, because you can just look to the app and figure out, like, all you have to do, like you said, is push play. Do it, right? You don't have to think about what needs to be done. There's so many. I love that you can either eat what you want or you can follow, the menu plans
Right.
there. There's just so much versatility, and it's not like you're having to cook something different than what you cook for your
Mhm.
family. Oh no, no, it's like normal real food. You are just learning a little bit more how to have bigger bang for your buck on your food. And that's what I kind of see it as. We're shifting. And I know, like, I don't eat as many carbs for myself in these later years of my life, only because I know my body can't handle it. But we want to be eating smart carbs. You cannot go no carbs,
Yeah.
because we need those, right? And so it's all of these learning pieces. If you don't have somebody that's knowledgeable like you to lead a group and to have the Zooms and the education that you have, and you're trying to do it on your own, I just feel like it's so exhausting, and it's
Mhm.
it's like mental gymnastics. Every time you're coming to the table to figure out what to do, or you're not seeing the results, right? I mean, even I think it was the time before, I was like, yeah, I don't really feel like I'm seeing results. And you were like, okay, email me, a couple days of what you've been eating, and I'm going to take a look and see. And then you tweak some things, and then it's like, boom, okay, there we go. Right. And so if I didn't have that, I would still be in a stuck thing because I would have just been doing what I thought. So, yeah, I mean, it's all of the pieces of that support I think are critical. So if you're on the fence, I want you to think about what it's going to be like on May 1st to put on a pair of shorts. And are you going to be like, oh, these are tight from last year, I don't feel good in them? Or are you going to be like, I can't wait to put my shorts on because maybe I'm going to have to buy new shorts because last year's are too big?
I love it. And, I hate shopping. So I'm like, I just want to stay in the clothes I have from last year. Like, I want to feel like comfortable. I'm all about comfort. And when that happens, it's amazing. So if people are asking where to begin, comment the word midlife and we'll send you the information. And Susan will send also her before and after picture.
Yes.
Now we need to know, like, Susan, you never didn't have a lot of weight to lose. So the fact that you even like lost inches is just
Right.
amazing, and you're already doing a lot of things well with the walking and movement. So um if you are not doing any of that, you're going to get a lot
Right.
bigger results. So but everyone is there in a different stage. Like, we have
Yes.
people who are beginners who don't even know how to strength train or never did it before, and others that are already exercising 5 times a week, eating protein, eating whole foods. And what this program does is put the pieces
Yes.
together. So it's like there's a synergistic effect. So we pair our nutrition with our fitness. So it's 1 equals like 5, where if you're doing the nutrition and the fitness is like 1 equals 2. So sometimes we have to like really refine things. And this program will give you a step-by-step plan. And then you'll have me to guide you. I've guided about over maybe 3,000 ladies already. So I have a lot of
Yeah.
experience in health coaching in general, and then with, coaching women through this program. So we start on Monday.
Yes.
And do you remember the first week? We're just going to ease into things.
Yes.
So you don't have to be totally ready. There's a
Mm-mm.
kickoff call. It's if you can't make it, it's all in the group. We have a group. It's not on Facebook. So for those
Yes.
that don't like it, it's off of social media, but very much feels like a Facebook group. You'll get meal plans, workouts,
Mhm.
guidance, accountability. And if you want to check out, I have a testimonials highlight, all the testimonials on there. I tell you, one of my favorite ones, I have several favorite ones, but one is of um, a lady who lost 100 pounds, and she is going strong. And so that's one of my favorite ones because it took her a
Yeah.
year. This is not going to be,
Mm-mm.
a fast thing. This is a lifestyle.
This is sustainable
Yeah.
change. These are concepts that will carry you, right? Even though I kind of fell off, from doing it my first time, it was so easy to get back up on like, oh, I know this, and just keeping some of these concepts in that you will be able to carry forward for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And we give a lot of grace. Like, you don't have to do this perfectly.
Mm-mm.
We're just focused on progress. On Friday, we share our wins. We're like, what did you win this week? Because our brain likes to look at all the things we
Yes.
didn't do. So we really want to focus on like, what did you do? And so we have lots of time together. It's 42 days. It's an amazing group. We practice progress over perfection. So don't feel
Mhm.
like you need to do everything exactly or nothing at all. And we work on mindset a lot. So it is just fabulous. I love it. So yeah. Okay, great. So we have a
Okay.
lot of people
So
signing up
it looks like
already.
my trigger isn't working. So hopefully, if
Oh,
people are watching the replay, it will work. But I'm not sure. I'm not seeing that people are getting it. So if you're watching, wait till I end and then comment again, and then I will try to reach out to the people that have commented already for sure. But I don't know. Sometimes, see, the Instagram part works, but sometimes the
yeah.
robot doesn't want to work very well. So,
Okay. Yeah. I'm not
but
sure
yeah.
you can see who somebody
I'll.
said they signed up already. So
Oh, well,
um
we'll figure
hopefully.
it out. So.
Okay, awesome. All right.
Okay. Well, I hope this was helpful for some of you that are kind of like on the edge of your seat for spring, that maybe not as excited that this was where you were supposed to be on a Saturday afternoon to
Yes.
hear a little bit of a message that is literally it could change the trajectory of what it looks like to grow into a season of, being, having teens in the home, or maybe you're in my season where I'm a grandma and I just want to have the later years be really good, but it takes knowing how your body functions in this season to actually be able to make those changes. So I'm just so grateful for you, Chris, and what you provide, and that you are here to help women who are in midlife, because like I said, it's different, and we really need to speak to the needs of our body, because we're not in our 20s or 30s anymore, and the way that I used to do it, it doesn't work that way anymore. So it does
I
take a
agree.
difference. So
Yeah.
perfect. Okay,
Okay.
well, I'm excited to kick it off again on Monday, and hopefully I'll be bringing some people
Yeah.
along with me. So
And I hope to see everyone in the group. So go to Susan's page and comment midlife if you didn't get the information,
yeah,
and
I'll
she
get I'll
will.
get it to them and go through. So yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
So perfect.
Sounds good.
All
Bye.
righty. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.